it's Guido coming at you with a replay analysis, tactics talk. Welcome back. On this episode, we have silverlakerider from the clan T-Boom and his T-54 lightweight tier 9 Russian light tank, scout tank. So I get this thing working. Stop doing that. You can see that he's loaded in here to Mountain Pass. He is on the southeast spawn, and he's headed through the middle over to the brawling area on the west side. Or is he? No, I think he is. Here we go. He sent me this video in, or this replay, and said, hey, had an okay game in my T-54 lightweight. I was wondering if there's anything I could have done better or different. Well, that's always the question, isn't it? Even if you win, there's probably some things you could do better. If you lose, you're always wondering why you lost. At least some people do. I guess some people don't wonder that, which is fascinating. Comes up here and he finds this guy, a little auto aim. That's a decent spot for shots on guys who are doing what he's doing. It is dangerous though, because it can be shot at by, and it looks like some shots are coming in that way at the WZ, by people sitting along this edge here, and it's actually this spot right here on the mini map. They can get shots on you, so it's good not to go to the well too much there. I'm going to say overall, Silver, that maybe just a little more aggression. You do a good job staying alive, I will give you that much. But on a couple occasions, I thought you might have been able to get in there and take a few extra shots. And we'll talk about it as we go. That one there, while he had his side to you and was going up that ramp, was one of them. You might have just risked a little bit of hit points to see if you can't get up there. If there were 5 or 6 tanks stacked up there, yeah, it might have ended your day quickly. But I err on the side of a little extra aggression. Ow, that rock hurt. Interesting that nobody's here, but timing matters. The lightweight is so fast, he's able to get up there and get those shots in the middle on foolish people. There's a JP you probably have shots on over there, which it looks like you're going to go investigate. But at the same time, you're going to get to those forward spots, and if you, oh, there's no one here, and start driving around in the open, you might find out that, well, they're not there because they haven't quite got there yet. There we go. That's a nice shot. I would definitely change position there. Maybe go up where the WZ is. There you are. So that guy's sitting there, doesn't really know what's going on. Unlucky, gets to the side. And I just stayed there. I just stayed in there shooting that guy. You know what I'm saying? He was still there out in the open. There was no reason to let him go. Now, I think maybe the WZ kills him off. And you might have been thinking, well, someone's going to kill him. Nope. Guess what? WZ missed him. So just, I think, some hit points left there that you really didn't need to leave. I will say in general, you tend to do that a bit. You're kind of doing some drive-bys, and there'll be some opportunities to shoot or take snaps, and you just kind of ignore them because you're busy driving, I think. I'd had my turret pointed right at that road because you know that they were going to be there, and that was the direction they're coming from. You might have had a snapshot at that IS. Also, the front part of your turret's much stronger, and if for some reason they miss your side and go high and hit your turret, you have a better chance of bouncing them. I always try to keep my turret pointed where I think I'm going to shoot next. See, look at that. That JP is still alive. You might have even had a chance to shoot there, or he's behind the rock, not really sure. But again, not really investigated. Just put that pipper on and see if you see him. So I like this. Now you're going to change the fight a little bit. Come over here. But you did leave that corner, right? So there were quite a few people there, and probably could have used your skill over there helping them win that fight. Shot into him. You got a Tiger P. A bit of a dangerous position as well because of where you are. You've got that Tiger P that can shoot you. If they beat your WZ, which they're about to, you may find them up on your back as well. Another shot into that lightweight, and I'd have pressed out lightweight and taken him down. So let's take a look at this. You're definitely, you've got an issue up here because those guys have beaten your corner. You've got just an IS here, a Su-101 and an SU right there, and a T-54 sort of anchoring the middle. You're going to turn around and leave that 54 behind you. I would not have left that low hit point tank behind me. You do need to get out of the middle. That was a definite. Because if they come up on that ridge, you're in trouble, which it looks like you're seeing that. You're going to come around here and climb back up to the top. But again, instead of kind of coming over here and trying to help take down this little push, or at least slow it down, you're just going to completely change position. This was a nice job though here. You're fast enough to do this. Come over here and help this poor 8.8 who's getting abused by a P-43 TER, who I have no idea how he got in that far on him without getting killed. Very strange. Little auto aim, yeah, I would do that too. And down he goes. All right, maybe the RHM will come around, you'll get a shot. No, I would have pulled forward and investigated that 53, 55. If you got forward and right, you might actually had a shot on him up on that hill. He comes off the hill, and now you have a big problem behind you. The thing about a scout tank in this kind of situation, you just dab 2, you're actually pretty effective. This is something else I wouldn't do. I know we've all done it before, but at first I thought you went AFK or something, and I thought, oh my god, he's typing in the middle of this thing, and there you go. So I would definitely not be typing, especially not to insult the team. I'm not claiming I've never done it, so that's not what I'm saying. But if we're going to look at the game objectively, this match, and look at the mistakes, I would have definitely not been typing there. I'd have been looking for shots. And now you've got a lot of trouble. This is going to be a huge carry if you're able to do it. We're going to head back to the cap, and we got big trouble. Again, point towards that guy. You might have actually had a shot on him as you went by. The AC comes up, so good thing you weren't sitting there, or you might have get clipped out by that guy. And really, from now on, all you're trying to do is get as much hit points as you can. So really, if I had to answer the question of what could I have done to help my team win, I think if you'd have picked one of those flanks to help, to seriously stick around and do some damage, maybe use some of your mobility to get around things, be a harassing force, you might have given your team a little bit better chance. I do understand the reasoning for a lot of the maneuvering and trying to go from place to place. Several of the places you left were kind of untenable, but the problem with that is they were places that needed somebody, right? So yeah, you might say, oh, my scout tank doesn't need to be here. There's too many heavies and whatnot. But if you look at the overall game, who else is going to be there? You're it, right? If you're a good player, it doesn't matter if you're in a light or a TD or a heavy or a medium. You've got to go to that critical juncture and try to make a difference right there. Obviously, you can use your mobility to get around and go to another flank, but you do that in order to win the game. You go, all right, that other flank, I can actually go there and be more effective on that other flank. That other flank is more important right now. But if you just sort of bebop around and bounce from flank to flank looking for an opportunity, a lot of times you're going to find that you're sort of spread too thin, and you never really commit somewhere, and you're not able to do enough damage or be effective enough to matter. Now, that being said, now that we're dead, 2,400 and 1,000 spotting, not a bad game overall. And sometimes, on some games, all you can do is bounce from flank to flank. And it's all well and good to look at a replay with 20/20 hindsight and go, well, you should have gone here, you should have done this. And that's valid. But in the heat of battle, you may have had something in your mind going, all right, I am going to go over to this other flank where I think I can make a difference. Oh, shit, there's that T-54 lightweight. Oh, darn, I don't want guys coming up behind me. Okay, I need to go back up top and help my guys up top. Whereas when you look at it from a debrief standpoint, you go, man, if I'd have done this again, maybe if I pushed into that 54 and killed him off and then swung over and helped those guys beat the Su-101 and the Su-152, I could have actually cleared an entire flank. And then we cannot be surrounded from so many directions. So a couple possibilities there, man. Not a bad game overall. Those are some of my thoughts on that. All right, guys. Hope you like what you saw. Hope you learned something along the way. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will see ya.